I don't know. It's a nonpartisan board, but here's where it gets interesting. He was appointed to that board first by Governor Mark Dayton. Okay. Here's where things get really weird fast. So keep up with me. Okay. The Minnesota Africans United nonprofit organization had him plastered all over their website. Okay. And then they scrubbed it shortly after. It was said that he had allegedly killed these two lawmakers, or killed Melissa and her husband, and severely wounded gunshots, attempted murder, the Hoffman fellow, the other lawmaker. Okay. And we have to point out that Melissa Hortman, she had a very controversial vote. She was the sole Democrat to not vote for illegal immigrants to get taxpayer-funded health care, okay, in the state of Minnesota. I have to mention that fact as well, because it's really interesting. Minnesota Africans United nonprofit, okay, had him plastered all over the website. Vance Boelter, all over the website. They scrubbed it, and the CEO, Basil Ajuo, had come out and said that Vance Boelter, was not an employee. He was just a keynote speaker at several events of theirs. And he was just a speaker, an event speaker. He wasn't an actual employee or didn't have a whole lot of association with the organization. Well, he was plastered all over the website. We got the screenshots. Basil, he was appointed to serve on the Minnesota State Colleges and University boards at the same time, same year as Vance Boelter, when he was appointed to the governor's workforce council or board, whatever, workforce development board. So the MAU, the Minnesota Africans United, I did some digging and I found out that they are backed by the Target Foundation. And then there's another backer called Bremer Bank. But as you guys know, these nonprofits, it's really hard to track down where all their money comes from. There's grants, obviously taxpayer funded grants that go to these types of organizations, but there's a lot of donors. The big one that I found was the Target Foundation. Target, as in the store Target, Target Corporation, their foundation. So very bizarre. And this isn't like a really, like most nonprofits, they generate insane amounts of revenue. This one is kind of a small nonprofit, not huge, but it's got like parent nonprofits to it as well, called Global Minnesota and SCORE, SCORE. So there's a lot of questions I've got about this nonprofit organization. He has ties. Obviously, he was in Africa. He was in several foreign countries, Vance Boelter, doing work. Okay. There needs to be some transparency here, because the mainstream media got this so wrong. They said he was a Republican. They said he was like this MAGA guy. They also tried to tell you that he lived with this guy that worked at Papa John's, and that he was like this, you know, poverty type guy, and they didn't disclose to you this guy's wealth. Okay, he lives, his primary residence is valued at $900,000.